Here's what we know as believers, here's what we know as Christians and as pastors, that our role is to develop God's people for ministry. And if there's any group of people who should be great at being a human capital developer, it is us. It's us. It's leaders in the church. You know this. I just want to remind you, we have no greater mission. No greater mission. Right now, as you're watching this, as we're having this conversation, there's an entrepreneur having coffee with somebody, trying to recruit that person to join his or her startup. Right now, there is a meeting happening at a corporation down the street from where you're watching this, and they are bringing a new crop of people into their organization, and they're at their HR orientation, and they're talking about what their company is about. And some of the missions of those companies and those startups are great. There's great problems that are being solved in the world, and there's great people leading those meetings that are happening right now. But no mission outpaces the beauty of the mission we have as ministry leaders. That the Church of Jesus Christ is put on the planet by Jesus to make disciples of people from every single tribe, tongue, and nation. We have there's no greater mission than the mission that has us. More than we have a mission, this mission has us. This mission owns us. And because of that mission, we want to develop leaders for the mission that has captured our hearts. And the local church, unlike any of those other organizations, we exist for people outside of us. It was William Temple who said, this is what makes the church different from every other institution. We're the only one that exists for people that aren't here. We're the only ones who exist for people outside of us. And because we have no greater mission, we are so grateful to be a part of this really long history of the faith being passed from one generation to the next, a long history of development. You are watching this right now because somebody gave you a shot, because somebody developed you, because somebody believed in you to put you in a role. And now you're watching this because you want to see the faith passed on to a new generation of leaders. We are part of this incredible history, and it really begins with our Savior Jesus. Our minds are blown by how he chose to ensure the world heard the message of redemption. We know he could have done anything. He could have created technology. He could have broadcast his sacrificial death for the world to see. But here's what he did. He chose a small group of people to invest in. His disciples, 12 men that he pulled to himself, and he poured his life into them over a period of 3.5 years. And after he died on the cross for our sin and our shame, after he was buried, after he was resurrected and ascended back into heaven, he handed it over to them. He handed the responsibility over to the disciples, and we're here today because the message of Jesus, the message of the gospel, our faith has been passed down from one generation to the next. And so there is no greater mission than the mission that we are a part of. And there is no greater promise. So again, think of the organizations that are recruiting leaders to join those organizations today. They're saying, hey, here's our promise. You're gonna have some stock options. Here's the promise. Here's what your vacation calendar looks like. You're gonna be a part of this great team. And some of those promises are great. And those organizations are gonna deliver results for their employees and the people who join their teams. And those are great promises, but not like the promise that we are a part of. We have joined the kingdom of Jesus as he has invited us in. And his promise is that his kingdom is the only kingdom that will stand, the everlasting, eternal kingdom. All of the little kingdoms of this world, they rise and they fall and they don't remain, but his kingdom remains forever.